Alright, so it's finally starting time to talk about this Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov fight. Um, this fight should be coming up on August the 2nd. This is going to be a big fight for, you know, August 3rd, but Terrence Crawford's career. He's moving up to 154 after a dominant performance against Errol Smith Jr. at 147. Became two-time undisputed. So you got Madrimov who's entering the fray. He's got 10 fights. I think about 7 KOs. Let me see. Check the stats real quick. See what it's looking like. Let's see here. Yeah, so you got Israel Madrimov. He's 10-0 right now, 7 KOs like I thought. He's been pretty fast tracked as far as his ascension to the ranks. He's finally the WBA champ as well, so that's on the line. And the good thing about it is this is I think gonna be a very tough fight. It's not gonna be an easy fight, but I do think I have Crawford winning this fight. I have him winning by sorry to get that booger. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have him winning by possibly unanimous decision. I mean, he can get a KO if Madrimov gets too reckless, but I do see him probably taking his time. He is in a newer weight class, so we don't know how he's gonna show up for that. Obviously, he's knocked out every welterweight that he's been against, but I don't know. I don't know if the power carries up. I want to believe that the power carries up, but you never know. So how I see it kind of going is this: I do see Madrimov probably getting off to a really good start, probably winning a couple of those first early rounds, but I do see eventually Crawford adapting, to his style and catching him with some really good shots and counters. And maybe he might get a knockdown, I don't know, but I do see Crawford winning this fight at least by unanimous decision. The jury is out whether his power carry up or he can take the punches of these bigger guys. A part of me thinks, though, that his power will carry up. So maybe we might get a knockdown or a knockout, but I expect a decision. Madrimov, though, is not going to be an easy opponent how we think it is. I mean, he has some of the qualities of even Crawford, but he also is very athletic. He's able to switch hit as well. He's able to switch between the two stances in the middle of him throwing punches. So he's also a very dangerous opponent where he brings that different dynamic to the table as far as he has different approaches as well, and he has that weird you don't know what to expect style. He does throw a left hook, from deep out of nowhere. He does usually fight with his hands down. I mean, I'm sure Crawford catch him, but this guy's very athletic. So from what I see is, I see Crawford doing some really, really good body work to take away the legs of Madrimov. I see him catching some really good shots to eventually, slow down Madrimov and maybe do a little bit more quality work from there. Madrimov has a thing where he likes to lunge in as well. He does lunge in. Obviously, he's gifted with his athleticism, but if you catch somebody and try to come in too fast against somebody like Crawford, as he's shown in the past, he probably could catch you with something nasty. So, yeah. I mean, this fight is going to be a good fight, on paper at least. I do think technically he is possibly on paper a harder opponent to Errol Spence. He has a little bit more of a dynamic style to boxing than compared to Errol Spence does. And like I said, he does bring more athleticism to the table. But I do eventually see, Terrence Crawford catching up with him and catching him, like I said, with some good quality shots and making it and running away with the fight. In a perfect world, or maybe he might get that KO as well, so that's still up on the table. Like I said, he's been on a stoppage spree since Postal, since his last decision against Postal, so he might, pull the knockout. But going forward, if he does win this fight, I do know, obviously, he's trying to go for undisputed at 154, which I think is a little bit more reasonable than compared to trying to fight Canelo at 168. As much as I like Crawford, I do think it is a big, tall ass, to have him jump up there, especially, which I treated the last Charlo brother. Canelo's not a joke with his punching power, and he's been acclimated to that weight. And I think sometimes we need to respect the weight classes for that reason. I think Crawford, trying to go for that third time undisputed is a little bit more reasonable. I mean, sure, if you want to go fight Canelo, I guess, but I'm not really excited about that in a realistic way. I'm probably more excited about him going the route of getting all three of them, all the belts at 154 and just becoming three-time undisputed, which is still going to be a feat that's going to be, in the record books forever. So, at the end of the day, I got Crawford winning this by, either unanimous or split decision. Like I said, the mystery is out whether his power carries up. I want to believe that it does, but if not, I just say decision. I do expect Madrimov to pose a little bit of some problems in the beginning, but eventually as the fight settles in, I do see Crawford taking control and winning this fight. So, yeah. I mean, those are my initial thoughts pretty much on Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. I can't wait, to see the fight and see how it goes. I know the fighter of this, they'll possibly be fighting against, let's see here. Trying to look at the other champions. Still don't know. They have Charlo. Yeah, I forgot Charlo is still in the mix too. I don't know if he's coming down or not. Yeah, I'm just looking at the rankings right now, just to see. Obviously, you still got Erislan Ulor up there, Carlos Adames. Let's see, Zanzibek. He's probably going to 160, I think. Hamza Shiraz. I don't know. You have some competition at 154 from what I'm looking at. But I do believe Crawford can still become, undisputed, obviously he would still have to fight against Charlo. I thought Charlo had a championship. I guess they stripped him. No, it's the other Charlo. Yeah, but either way, I do see Crawford winning this fight. I do think it's going to be good and competitive. Like I said, if he gets the knockout, I will be surprised. I mean, won't be too surprised, but I will be surprised just to see that his power carries up. But I do expect to see a very dominant, brilliant boxing display by him for the most part. But other than that, that's just my quick thoughts on the fight. Just had to make it because it's fight week and it's coming up. One of my favorite fighters in the game right now. So yeah. Other than that, you guys enjoy your day. All right, bye.